Well, I'm not the new Pope. But as we all know, Pope Francis will have the ongoing sexual abuse scandal to deal with. But Catholic priests aren't the only ones who like to touch little boys. In ancient Greece, the men there did too. Today's episode is very special because it's a game show. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to play Greek or Priest? Welcome to the show, everyone. I don't have any contestants or anything, just a couple of questions for you to play along with to see if you can tell the difference between the practices of ancient Greece versus modern Catholic priests. As you may or may not know, in ancient Greece, it was socially acceptable for a grown man to have his way with a young boy, usually teenagers. This was considered part of the initiation into manhood and a preparation for the Greek military. Most commonly, it was a natural part of a relationship between a teacher and a student. How do you feel about that, frat boys? Yes, in ancient Greece, it was a strange place with strange morals, at least by our standards. You can start out by teaching little Johnny some calculus, and then it's just boom! Sex! And he's all like, but please, sir, I don't want any more. Because I guess everyone in ancient Greece had these Tiny Tim British accents. But from a religious standpoint, it's closely associated with the religion of Zeus, which they had no concept of age of consent whatsoever. A little known fact, those who engaged in inappropriate sex with kids were known as Zeusophiles. Yes, they even had a theme song, and it goes like this. I said what, in the ass. Just kidding. There was no such thing as inappropriate sex back in those days. In fact, in ancient Greece, it might as well have been just one big aristocrat's joke. But that's a story for another day. On with the show. First question. Oh wait, do we have any goofy game show music or anything? Or something Jewish, whatever. Here we go. Was it the Catholic Church or the ancient Greeks who were the creators of the word pederasty? That one, my friends, that was the Greeks. You have the Greek word pied, or paid, I don't know, gotta brush up on my Greek, I think, which means boy. And then erastes, which means lover. So pederasty means boy lover. Question number 2. When measured by actions, this group is more concerned with protecting its reputation than helping victims. Well, obviously that's the Catholic Church. The Catholic leadership is more concerned with protecting their own bums than they are the bums of little boys. Number 3. One offender of this group admitted to blowing raspberries on a boy's stomach. That was a trick question. That was Penn State. Sandusky did that one. Moving on. 4. The act of kid touching in this group has been glorified in art and poetry. Greek or priest? That one there, that's ancient Greece. Hey, here's some paintings of that little man-boy lovin' thing. Oh yeah, tickle that kid's nutsack. Ugh. Finally, one more question. And I will do 5 today in case you need a tiebreaker. Members of this group molested deaf kids in order to maintain cover. Milwaukee, St. John's School for the Deaf, 1972. Catholic priest. As horrifying as all this is, I'd like to address the glaring difference between the Catholic Church and ancient Greece. In Greece, getting your freak on with a little boy was a natural part of life. It was not looked down upon as immoral. The Catholic Church operates in a world which almost universally declares child molestation as wrong. Therefore, we cannot definitively say that the Catholic Church has evolved beyond the standards of ancient times. In many ways they have, though. They've gotten good at covering things up. They've developed better PR initiatives. They go out there and they say, oh, we fixed it, no more pedophile priests. They've gotten great at lying and acting like nothing is wrong. So in those ways, the Vatican has evolved. Here in America, it's been estimated that a full 10% of priests have touched kids. I've not been able to verify that as absolutely true, but it could very well be accurate. What's startling, though, is that the Catholic Church clings to its traditions. like the celibacy one, that clearly don't work, because it is the supposed word of God. And you can't change the word of God, because that would mean that they made it all up. So you can make people stay celibate, but that goes against our biological natures, as we've seen, and it can have, psychological consequences of disastrous proportions. True, the priests knew what they were signing up for, but one way the Catholic Church has not evolved is in its ability to be transparent and open about these issues. Without addressing a problem head on, how can it be fixed? If everything were brought out into the open, maybe some steps could be taken to at least try and make things right for the victims of sexual abuse. After Pope Francis's inauguration this week, Italian news sources have called him the unpredictable Pope. But since this scandal is not over, we will see how he will address it, if at all.